Hello friends, today let me put before you an important and vital law that is made useless, rendered ineffective by our own system failures. Firstly, by the executive, because they are to implement the law. Secondly, by the judiciary, because they are to pronounce the judgments. And thirdly, by the legislative, because ultimately the functioning of democracy starts from the legislative, and also to an extent by we, the people of India. So there is a law that governs the destruction of public properties in India. That is the Prevention of Damage to the Public Property Act, and in IPC section 425 mischief. And in a larger sense, there is another legal theory: the polluter pays. The person who damages has to pay. So these three things can be applied to all the people who indulge in this criminal act of destruction of public property. Now, what is destruction of what amounts to the destruction of public property? A group of people or a mob who have assembled unruly, who have without following the law of land involved in riots. They stone public property, they put on fire the public property, they burn buses, they destroy trains, they remove the rails, and they destroy the public buildings. And any damage thus caused by this unruly mob, unruly assembly of people, amounts to destruction of public property first. And secondly, there are huge companies which is on day-to-day basis consistently emitting poisonous gases, working against the law of land. They are discharging the hazardous industrial waste without treating into the water, into the earth, and into the air. For our information, we should know that public property also includes the national resources. National resources are also water, air, and our land. So these industries, with their influence, political influence, and their liberal contribution to political parties, funding the political parties, lobbying with the government, are managing to continuously destruct the public property in India. No one is bothered. This law has certainly become useless, certainly rendered ineffective, and many times ignored. We know that judiciary is capable of taking sumoto cognizance of these facts. It's a fact, it's a truth that there is a continuous destruction of public property. It is damaging the very essence of our nation. The development is derailed. Indian exchequer is getting into serious problems. There is a loss, serious loss to the national exchequer because of these illegal activities. So I find no difference between this unruly mob going on a rampage and destroying the public property, and illegal industries with fake certifications, which has no meaning. Okay, indulge in emitting and discharging this hazardous gas, poisonous substances, and putting their all plastic waste into the water or on the earth, which is causing serious damage to the national resources. But then we must take a serious note that all these people who are doing criminal acts of destroying public property and natural resources, which is also public property, are left. No one is getting punished for all political reasons, for all influences, for all lobbying. So why, I wonder, why are we not taking effective measures? It's again because of the corruption. The corruption has crept in so much. The Prevention of Damage to Public Property Act clearly says the punitive part up to 5 years of imprisonment and or fine, or both imprisonment as well as fine. But it has not happened. It may happen very rarely to some individuals, but it is not at all implemented in its spirit. There is a law, but it is made ineffective by our own system. Therefore, friends, we, the people of India, especially lawyers who are in the forefront to safeguard the law of this nation, should seriously think about these criminal things happening around us, especially the destruction of public property, be it the protest of mischievous gangs destroying our public properties, be it bus, train, government buildings, including private property, roads, and these industries who are in fact indirectly ruling and influencing the government. So we must become alert and do everything possible from us to ensure, at least in the future, there is punitive action is taken against these people. And polluter pays principle, that is, whoever damages the public property, the law should recover the damages from them. So this only this way can help us to reduce the destruction of public property in India, so that the India can put rapid strides towards development. So thank you, friends.